to the installation of Krishna Balaram. He's from a certain place in the United States, so he told me the peacocks are calling something else. New York! New York! New York! So like this, with Krishna and Balaram asking so many questions, the cowherdmen, they came down to the Jamuna. When they reached the bank of the Jamuna, they began to, they unleashed all of the bullocks from the carts and let them swim, and they floated all the carts with the women and children and old people on them. And then the cowherdmen took all of the calves on their necks and began to swim, and the cows were swimming behind, moo, moo, like that, and all the bulls were swimming through the waves of the Jamuna with their big humps, sticking out, and their noses. It's early in the morning, so steam is coming from their noses as they swim through the waves of the Jamuna, and the carts are floating across the Jamuna, and the cowherdmen are swimming with the small calves wrapped around their necks, and the mothers are coming behind, moo, moo, like this, and they all came across the Jamuna. Then, after they got to the other side, then they hooked up all the boats again. Again, they started this wonderful celestial procession. They passed just behind where our Krishna Balaram Mandir is, and they came out to where now the Delhi highway meets our Bhaktivedanta Swami Marg, that is called Chatikara. So Chatikara means they took all of the carts and they put them around in a circle for the night to give protection. And they all slept inside. In the morning, all the gopis got up and milked the cows and churned the yogurt and made butter and began cooking and all their things. And they stayed there in Chatikara for some time. And then eventually they finally moved to Nandagram. After they fixed up, they were staying there in Chatikara while they were fixing up the palace in Nandagam, and then they finally moved to Nandagam. So that is what is being described in this particular portion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Is there any question or comments? Everybody went to sleep?
No. We're talking about peacocks. There's a story about how the peacock feather manifested like an eye, something to do with Krishna.
I don't know. I don't know this rest. Till now I've not heard. But he's definitely a challenge to the scientists. How such a beautiful feather has appeared by accident? Because we see even on purpose, so many artists have tried to draw peacock feathers, and they never come close. Not even close. Resemblance is there. You can figure out that they're trying to paint a peacock feather. But peacock feathers, you cannot say what is the color. As it moves, there's, it's bluish, then it turns greenish, then it turns dark blue, and then the gold turns sort of greenish, and then the golden again, and so incredible. And you tell me that such a beautiful thing happened by accident? This is a challenge to the so-called Darwinists. How such a thing came by accident? Just by chance. When even on purpose, so many people are trying to draw peacock feathers, paint peacock feathers. Since time immemorial, they can't even come close. And it's just happened by accident. There's some question? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I just wonder if there is a scriptural explanation why in the material world peacocks are often used as a metaphor for pride and vanity. If Krishna likes them so much and they are conservative.
Well, Krishna he may like the peacocks, but still you just have to look at a peacock. You can see how proud they are strutting around with their feathers out, and how vain they are. They're very beautiful. Krishna takes the feather.
Aren't they strutting their stuff for Krishna's pleasure?
Well, those ones are different. But you just see a peacock, automatically you think of pride. It's the first thing. Very proud and vain. And they don't like it if you come near them, immediately run away. too. Can't touch my hand. Very beautiful. Just like we like cows, but one time Prabhupada said the most beautiful animal is a horse. The devotee said, but not the cow part? The cow is not beautiful. Very funny, with big bones sticking out the back, you know. The horse is very beautiful. So we may love cows, doesn't make them beautiful. But peacocks may be proud. Why not?
What do you say when someone asks you why is Krishna blue? People ask you.
You'll have to ask him. Well, the Brijbasis tell me that because when he danced on Kaliya's head, all that black smoke came out and he became blackish. So. One time, because sometimes in Vrindavan during Prabhupada's disappearance, then we stay up, sometimes up to midnight even beyond, having devotees give their offerings in Srila Prabhupada's rooms. So one time, very late, almost midnight, there was one godbrother of mine, Banasran Das, who's no longer in this world. But Banasran Das, he was so black. He was so black, even the nighttime looked like daytime in front of him. He was very devoted to Srila Prabhupada and he loved to distribute books. So he was telling a story. He was in Detroit one time. And I don't know if you're aware, but Detroit is filled with black people. They all work in the car industry there. Motown, you know? Call it Motown. So Prabhupada gave class, you know, all the big GBCs and sannyasis are there. At the end of the class, Prabhupada asked for questions. And nobody raised their hand, but there was one big black guy in the back and he was waving his hand like this. And Prabhupada was looking around and he's going, he's making funny sounds like this. Everybody, you know, big sannyasi turned around and looked at him. So finally Prabhupada acknowledged him. And he stood up and he said, I say Srila Prabhupada, I say Srila Prabhupada, I say Srila Prabhupada, Krishna he be black, he don't he? Krishna he be black, he don't he? I don't know if Britishers can understand this type of English from America. You understood what he says? Anyway. So everybody turned around, looked at him, you know, and Prabhupada was silent. And Prabhupada smiled, he said, Krishna is black, but not like you. And this was at midnight, you know, in Prabhupada's house. It's become very nectarine, the mood becomes very nectarine. We were rolling on the floor. Because Banasran was said, he's so black, he was telling this story. Krishna is black, but not like you.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for bringing this mode of